Hi, this is Marwa, and I'll be presenting my idea, the virtual student assistant. So, firstly, what is the problem and why I think it's important? The problem is that students in schools and universities need more effective assistance to be able to perform better academically. And I believe that with the technologies we have nowadays of the AI and machine learning can greatly improve the academic life of the students, but we are not making use of it. So, if students can have this opportunity to have AI-based assistance, they will be greatly benefited, and it will not only benefit the UAE but all around the MENA region. So, my idea is to have a virtual student assistant, which is in form of mobile application or website that incorporates some features. The first one is that it creates an organized and customized, flexible studying schedule for every student. And secondly, it monitors and analyzes the student performance and give feedback according to it. And thirdly is that it creates quizzes to assess the students in specific parts that they study. And fourthly, that it will incorporate a virtual teaching assistant for every subject that can act like the normal teaching assistant and help the student in anything they need. So firstly, the first feature is that it will create a weekly schedule that is customized for every student. I will explain this feature in more details. So firstly, the application will be able to do this based on some features or some aspects. The first one is that it will collect data about the student work for the week, the chapters he has to study, the homeworks, the tests, the meeting, the projects, and all of that will through all of this it will get an idea of how or like what kind of work and how many work he has across the week, and it will be collected either online if the courses are available on a platform like Blackboard or something, or if the school or the college does not use such platforms, it can collect it from the teachers or from the student itself through manual entry. The second thing is that the app will ask questions to the students about his busy and free hours, his sleeping schedule, his course target, what target he has like for grades, his mood when he likes to study, um, and the subjects he likes the most. The schedule will be flexible such that if student missed like an assigned slot for studying or something, that the schedule can reschedule itself and make a new schedule for him. And thirdly, the model will estimate the time needed for every task based on the tasks he has done previously. And now I'll discuss the technologies needed for this feature. Firstly, we will have a machine learning algorithm that model that will generate this weekly schedule, and it will be based on reinforcement learning. Why? Because basically the model will keep improving itself by the time as the student enters data and use the app. So it will keep improving the assigned time slots for every task and their durations based on the data and the answered questions from the student that I discussed previously. And also it will keep improving itself based on the student's previous tasks, their difficulty, their length and content, and how well he performed in them. So it will learn from this info and learn what predictions it will make like for the next week, or it can reschedule itself so it can better fit the student's abilities and tasks. The second feature is that it will monitor and analyze the student performance. The application will spot the areas of strengths and weaknesses of the students' academic performance, and this will be done through getting or using features like the attention and the students' attention and participation in classes, the time spent studying, the time spent working with different topics, and the students' grades, the areas of the correct and mistaken answers in the exams, and lastly, the attendance rate. So for the technologies used for this feature, it will firstly, I propose an idea and if it will be applicable, it will be greatly beneficial. That if we have a camera in a class, in the classroom, or even if the class is online, it will be more applicable. I believe that if we have a camera that can use a computer vision algorithm that can detect every student's participation and attention, it will have a score for each one of how frequently has participated and in which classes he is more attentive and participating, and vice versa. So this is for measuring the attention and participation, and also for detecting the or analyzing the correct and mistaken answers in the exam. We will have a natural language processing algorithms that analyze the correct and mistaken answers and classify them according to the corresponding topic, and predict the reasons for getting the answers wrong. Like if the answer is wrong because of like a problem in memorization, or if it's about understanding a concept wrong. And the third technology, or the third area, and here I want to talk about, is that we'll be using cluster analysis to cluster the courses or the areas where the student performed best, and as well as the areas where the student has like a weak performance. And we will have like a subsystem that gives recommendations for the student to improve his areas of weaknesses. And thirdly, the application will create quizzes to assess the student in specific parts they studied. And that's like when if I'm studying some part, I want to make sure that I studied it well. This will really help in it, such that if like the student, when he finishes some part or a chapter or some pages, he will enter, or she will enter which chapters or pages they have studied from which book or from which slides or something, and the app will scan this part and will analyze the text in these pages or this part, and we will use natural language processing techniques to extract the content of these pages that can be used in examination. And the algorithm will use this content and produce a quiz for the student, incorporating many types of questions, true or false, open-ended questions, and so on. And based on the answers of the student, the model will get to know what are the areas that the student has studied well, and which areas need more improvement and more study. And fourthly, the application or the website will include a virtual teaching assistant for every subject or course. It's like the Jill Watson teaching assistant that was developed by Georgia Tech, and the idea I'm suggesting is that we will have like a text or voice chatbot in the application that acts like the normal teaching assistant. It can answer questions about the material of the course. It also can answer administrative or logistic questions about the class, and it will also provide external sources to help the student based on his preferred way of learning. And also, I suggest that we can use, like Georgia Tech has provided a customized Jill Watson that any school can use or request, and it will be customized for a specific subject or class, and it can be used, and it has proved its effectiveness and great accuracies. And if schools and colleges adopt this Jill Watson, it will greatly benefit everyone. So this was the end of my presentation, and thank you a lot, and that's it.